On the wing, look at the wing. You can see the sun reflecting the dirt off the wing as well. So the F1 car isn't so bad right now. If I hold the brakes, you can hear it releasing.
I woke up today feeling like royalty.
Yo, what's good, family? Welcome back to another video about CPM. And let's get into that time again. Close by. It's been a month since the last update. So we back again speculating on what we could get. And I know what you guys are thinking. Legends, how did you get an F1 car, a truck, and where is it at? Tow trucks in the back. How did I get them? Well, I can't tell you guys exactly how. Just know that there was some some ways to go about it that I can't say, or else I'll get my channel and this video strike. So we can't exactly talk about that. But you guys don't worry about that. We have a lot of special things coming. But my bro that got me access to these cars, the F1, the trucks, and everything that you see, he got me access to it. He will be launching a website very soon that will help all of you guys figure stuff out about CPM2, such as the best engine tunes and all of that. He has a crazy good website set up that hasn't been launched yet, but it is coming this week, I believe. So you guys are gonna have all of that to your disposal, all of the accessories, all of the assets that you might need to help you out in CPM2. And no, it won't be hacking or anything like that, just some guides and all of that stuff, because we don't want the developers coming at us and messing everything up, ruining the fun. So we can't exactly just dash everything out like that for access to everybody, but we will do our best to make it the best launch possible. So me and my bro Debian, Depthverse coming soon, so you guys watch out for that. But yeah, one thing that I forgot to do, shout outs. I didn't do it in my last video, my bad. So I do want to give a quick shout out to these awesome subscribers, viewers, you guys that dropped by to comment early and all of that stuff. I really appreciate the support on the channel. I am trying to post more often, as you guys can see. I'm not gone for very long. At most a week. At most I will be gone for a week, but no longer than that. Trying to post as much as possible. So yeah, and if you want to be shown in a future video, just comment shout out down below, maybe your favorite car or a video that you'd like me to make, anything for conversation, and yeah, thank you a lot. The earlier the better. So if you drop by the video early, I will pick you out. And that is that. Let's dive right into this video about what the possibilities could be for the next future update. And I'm gonna show you guys something special about these vehicles as well that are not accessible in the shop, but here we have them, and I'm gonna show you guys what they have going on so far. So what you can see now, first of all, it's kind of shaking. Is it the engine or is it the tires? Like the whole body is like kind of shaking, and the engine is just like it's just so cool. I can't wait until they fully release these cars back in the CPM2 with all the tuning options and stuff that we have. But yeah, no more wasting time. Let's dive right in. We are back in the garage, so let's get started. As many of you guys know, naturally for new updates, we will be getting cars from CPM1, like the previous update cars. They will be adding some of those into the game. I don't know if we'll be getting any CPM2 exclusive cars that only CPM2 has. The only one that I recall us having is that drag E36, as many of you guys already seen since the first release of this version. Think it's up here. Here it is. This is the only car we have in CPM2 that is not in CPM1. Not the E36 model itself, but like the drag parts with the wheels at the back and everything, the support wheels and all of that. The whole drag setup is the only thing we got exclusive to CPM2 right now. I hope we get exclusive cars, because we need that. We need big separation between CPM1 and CPM2 instead of just the Japan map and all of that and the tuning. But yeah, I hope we get something like that very soon. And let's get to the interesting part, showing you guys what these cars have, if they plan to add the F1 cars in a future update, and the tow truck and the truck. So we're gonna take a look at those. For the F1 cars, it's crazy because it's not supposed to be in the game, but it has the engines available. So if we head to our engine setup right here, you can see in engine market we have different types of V12s that we can place into it. I haven't listened to the sounds of all of these as yet, but I'm guessing they are F1 compatible, seeing as it's the only one they're showing here. And for this engine that we have right now, you can't upgrade different parts like how you can to stock cars. So that's a sign that, they're naturally aspirated, nothing extra that you can add to it. There's the base engines themselves. I'm not sure if the other ones are upgradable or not. I doubt they are, since it's for the F1. You can't even upgrade in CPM2. In CPM1, I mean, not CPM2. But at least in CPM1, you have the freedom to choose whichever engines you want. And I'm debating if I should, give you guys a sound of give you guys a little tease of what all of these sound like. Because there could be changes in the future. But, this is what I got access to right now. In the gearbox as well, this is what it naturally comes with. You can't upgrade anything. You can change your gearbox. You can change the gearbox as usual. You can change the clutch, similar to the engine upgrades, and it comes with the torsion differential as well. You can of course change your suspension. This is one thing that we can't do much of in CPM1. You can change a lot of the stuff here. I'm eager to see. I feel like I should get 1,000 coins in the future to see what ear suspension would be like in an F1 car. Imagine ear suspension on an F1 car. And you can, of course, change the shock absorbers and all of that. So all of these can be changed. I'm currently running in stock right now, so nothing changed. Everything in stock. The only thing I did change is the size of the wheels and all of that. I just love the classic F1 look with the big meaty tires at the back and then the little tires at the front. Well, we can't do that in CPM1, so this is one more thing that CPM2 just has a step up in. You can't exactly get the specifications to this much, detail. I'm trying to find the words. You don't have the freedom, as much freedom in CPM1 as you do in CPM2 with that. So yeah, that is the F1 car. For the truck, I don't think it has anything special engine wise. The tow truck, the engines I think are all engines that are already in the game that you can swap to it. So that would I have not seen this engine, but what is it? TJET? I haven't played CPM too much in terms of tuning, so I'm not sure what new engines are there and stuff like that. I really need to take a day off and just check everything out before I make more videos, so I'm more knowledgeable about it. But yeah, you can add turbos to that as well. So those normal engines, you can add that to the truck. I'm also curious about the truck. Check the engine on that. And yeah, we got our typical stuff still. So you can even put a Hellcat engine in the truck. So that is hilarious to see. Is it only V8? So we can only handle V8, but you can even put the Koenigsegg engine in it as well and the other types. So that is funny to see engine swap in the truck and see what it sounds like. Well, yeah, that's what we got. He even went far as head as putting the truck wheels on it for me. So thanks to DPN for that, bro. Because these are not available in the shop, I believe. So he went ahead and sourced out the wheels and everything to get them put in the CPM2. He even got me extra Lambos here, but you guys already know what the Lambos are about. The Lambos are not new, they're just restricted cars that not everyone has access to. But yeah, those, I hope they bring something just exclusive to CPM2, man. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is the racing, bro. We need it not just for single player, we need this for multiplayer. And not just one-on-one races. I mean a full class tournament type of thing that is easy to manage, that we can have proper, racing leagues and all of that stuff. Not just joining a multiplayer room and trying to guess who made how many laps and who crossed the finish line first. It would have all been built into the game. That is what we need. We need the racing system in multiplayer. It would have been a nice touch, man. And as many of you guys can see in CPM2, the old area that goes from City 1 to Desert is still the same. So, most likely they are going to add that in the CPM2 as well. Just an extra point to note that they will be adding. I don't know. They could make it different too. The developers have their own plans, but it's just a guess. Since they always adding stuff carrying over from CPM1, it's only natural to assume that they will do that as well. So we could be getting the same stuff and the same Easter eggs with the Pennywise Easter egg and Thor's hammer and all of that. Maybe they could even make it look better in CPM2 with some extra glowing and all that stuff. There's little touches that the developers always do. So we could expect that as well. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there it is. The camera is like jerking and stuff like that. But that is just because of the wheels. But I hope that they add a dedicated camera for that. So when you're driving, you get that, that sense of speed, that need for speed. You can see shaking now. So it's just the tires not acting correctly. But if you look straight ahead and not at the car, you can see the view shaking and stuff like that. As we speed up, I hope we get that. We need that. Something else that we can also expect is new animations for some of the older cars and stuff like that. Those open hood animations, and I hope that we get the steering wheel. The turning radius of the steering wheel. I know, for example, the F1 car has limited angle when it comes to the steering wheel on the inside, right there. When you turn, let me see if I can use the controller there. Yeah, there we go. So I know the steering wheels on F1 cars are not as wide, even though this one is still a little too small. It should be turning more than that, I believe. But like regular cars and stuff like that, at 900-degree steering angle, we really need to see that being added into the game. We have been asking for that for a while. We don't really need extra fancy graphics. Maybe rain, like different weather effects like rain, because they already have the fog in CPM1, and they added a little bit of fog here in CPM2. You can't adjust it, but they did add a little fog there in the further background bit, not close up, but a little background fog in the back. So we need extra stuff like that. I don't mind the rain at all. I know my computer and my phone is probably gonna be crying. It's gonna be dying if they could optimize it right though. Like make the textures on the road, those preloaded wet textures and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be real-time puddles or anything. It could help with performance and still look good. I know a lot of other games doing that. That they just add the wet road texture when the rain is falling, so it doesn't take on too much on performance. So we could be having that as well. I hope it's a big dream, but we can dream. We are allowed to dream, and we wanted to add it. So we gotta bring it up. Like, come on, devs, we need it. The driving physics and racing physics is also one of the things that many of us have been. It's been a debate back and forth, and how cars should act and all of that. But at the end of the day, we know it's a mobile game, so it's just about how well it drives in your hand. It just can't simulate the feedback that you would get on, say, like a simulator with a wheel and that type of stuff. Even with the controller, just to go a bit further, it cannot generate that feedback that an actual simulator would give. It's just all comes down to how well it drives in your hand, how good it feels, and how you expect cars to act. So it's a bit tricky. It's a tricky thing to talk about and to expect them to get right. But that is what also the main topic of CPM2, because it is on that it's on that level where everyone has high expectations when it comes down to the physics and how the cars handle. But off topic though, the F1 car isn't so bad right now. It's not fully into the game as yet. I know this is just a little shell of what it should be. Just a little body slapped on some wheels that we have access to, that they haven't fully put in the game and they haven't worked on it yet. But from me using the controller, it's driving pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so this is what the dirt looks like on the body of the F1. Yeah, I like how it looks. Even the tires as well. So it looks, that'll make for cool, like, off-track scene. Like if you take your pictures of the car falling off track, or a crash photo or a crash scene, it will look cool. So I'm glad that that is functional at least, even though it's not properly in the game as well. You can see that the dirt is there even on the wing. Look at the wing, you can see the sun reflecting the dirt off the wing as well. So that is cool to see. Alright, so this is the truck, and there's something interesting about it that I wanted you guys to see. So right now it's in park. So let's say I put it in reverse. So if I drop it in reverse, you hear the sound of the brakes and it's rolling back. If I put it in park again, neutral, and drive, it starts to jerk forward and it takes its time and it rolls forward. Yeah, I believe it should be in manual as well. So I should be using a manual gearbox on this, because I'm recording on the PC. I'm just using the automatic since I can't use the manual with the controller. Which then also they need to update controller feedback in the game as well. They should allow us to have more options with the controller. So that is truck. If I hold the brakes, you can hear it releasing, and it has different sounds to it. This is what it sounds like driving. All right, so this is the tow truck. This is what it sounds like on idle. I'm gonna give it some revs. So it doesn't have the break. Wait, I do hear it a bit. It's just a softer tone. The braking sound like the truck does have it, so you can hear it when I release the brake. But it's just I don't know if you guys can hear, but I hear it because I have the headphones in. I can hear the braking sound with the air pressure being released. But it doesn't have one thing it doesn't have implemented as yet is the tow feature, that button that drops the back of the tow truck. We don't have that as yet, so we're gonna have to wait for that when it's officially released. Well, yeah, that's what we got so far with these vehicles that I hope to see in the next future update. Let me know what you guys want to see in a future update. Leave your suggestions down below. And if you guys want me to feature it in a future video as well, your suggestions, let me know down below as well. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Like and subscribe.